Hey guys, this is Zach Smith with part 3 of the email client tutorial. I got cut off a little bit early last time, so last tutorial we finished making the GUI, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the events. When you click a button, it'll actually do things. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here to this button, Add, and under the Events tab, you'll see Click. We're just going to have this method called Add Attachments. We hit Enter, it'll make this for us, and we can start coding. What we're going to do, we're going to have an open file dialog. We're just going to call it OP. We're going to say equals new open file dialog. And then we're going to have the object initializers that I talked about in the last video. And we're going to have it be check path exists equals true, check file exists equals true. This is just to make sure that the user doesn't select something that's not there. We're going to have multi-select equal true, just as a nicety for our users. And our title is going to be please select attachments. Alright, so now what we can do is we're going to say if op.showDialog. The reason why this is complaining is because showDialog actually returns a system.nullable of bool. Basically it says that it could be or couldn't be true or false. It's really weird. So what we have to do to get around that, we just have to do a typecast and then it's fine. So basically what this is saying is that as soon as they click OK after selecting a couple things, we're going to go ahead and add it. We have this array list of attachments up here. This will keep track of all the attachments that the user has attached. What we're going to do is we're going to say attachments equals new array list. And also, we're going to say attachments field.text equals string.empty. The reason why is because we don't want duplicates of attachments, and this will just make sure that each attachment that the user selects is unique. Just a nice thing to add. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to for each over op.filenames, and what we're going to do is say attachments.add file and attachment field.text plus equals, this is just basically saying that it's adding on to the end, plus equal file plus semicolon space. This will make it easier for us when we have to send the email to read out each attachment individually. Alright, so that pretty much takes care of adding the attachments so we can use them later. Let's go back to our window, and we're going to come here and we're going to say send email. This will be a new method, it'll pop up. Hooray. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add some validation for the user. We're going to check to see if the toField.text, we're actually going to have it be string.is null or empty. So if they didn't put anything into their to address, we're going to say message box.show, and in here we have a bunch of parameters we can send in. We're going to say please enter a recipient. The next one is the caption. We're going to say to address not filled in. I like to add a lot of things. Message box button, we're going to have OK, and message box image dot error. This will tell the user that, you know, something's wrong, you need to fix it. The next we're going to say string dot is null or empty subject field. For right now we're just going to check to make sure that they have a subject. So subject field dot text, and then pretty much the exact same thing. Dot show please enter a subject subject field empty, and I am typing like a monkey right now. Let's see, messagebox.ok, messageboximage.error, and there we go. And then also one last thing with the message field. Again, just show a message box that says please enter a message. Message field empty. .ok. .error. And then one thing I forgot to add. Basically, the way it's set up right now is that it'll just show the message box and then it'll keep continuing. What we're going to do is after we show the message box, we're going to say return, and then it will not continue to send the message. So we're just going to add that to all three. And done. Alright. Let's just move this down a little bit. Next, what we're going to have is, I like to have a string array of attachments, and we're going to say it's equal to pretty much all of them that are split by that. And then another thing I like to do is enable this. What this is going to do is enable the window so that while the message is sending, the user can't change anything. This is kind of a way to make sure the user doesn't break the program on accident. So, just a heads up. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to add a try block, just to make sure if anything does go wrong, we can catch it and alert the user. First, what we're going to do, we're going to for each over our attachment. We're just going to say string s, and then we're going to check to see if string is nor empty. If it's not empty, we are going to add it to our attachments, and we're just going to say t.trim. Oh, that came out wrong. Oh, it's s. Excuse me. .trim. This will just take care of any of the white space. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make it so we can send it to the user. What we're going to do is we're going to say for each, and this will be to field dot text, sorry, dot split, and this will again be split on that. This will be 2, and basically so you can send to multiple people at the same time. I mean, you know, other emailers can do that. Why can't ours? And so now what we're going to do is get the result from when we send the email. What we have to do is we have to check to see if attachments.count is greater than 0. If it is, we are going to call, actually let's see, string result. And then we're going to say result equals emailer dot send message with attachments, because the count is higher than 0. So from will be whatever is in the from field dot text. The 2 is going to be 2 from our for each loop. The subject will be whatever is in subject field dot text, and the body will be message field dot text. The password, what we're going to do for the password is we're actually just going to send in an empty string. For right now, we'll get to that in a minute. Well, actually probably in the next tutorial, so we'll just leave it, and then we're going to send in attachments. Else, we are just going to say result equals emailer.sendMessage. Same things from field.text. to subject field dot text and message field dot text, and then of course empty string for the password. And then, just because, I mean, we're getting the result, why not use it? We're going to say messagebox.show result. And we're not going to add anything fancy here. There's really no reason to, so we'll just do that. And then usually what I like to do in my catch statements, I just like to say messagebox.show, let's see, we'll call it EX. I just like to say EX, oh, that was weird, EX.message. It's a very nice way of looking at it rather than a call stack or any, like the stack trace, so we'll just use that. So now when we compile, everything succeeds, and we can't really test it right now. What we can test, actually, and actually one of the cool things I want to show you, well, not really cool, but it's nifty. If we click on the attachments field, and we come over to events, and if we go to got focus, we can click on this down arrow and have add attachments attached to it. So now when we run it, what's going to happen, you can enter text in here, yada yada yada, whatever. And in attachments, as soon as you click on this text box, it'll open this up. It's pretty cool. So, you know, and you can also do it with the add button. Believe I have just a few more minutes on this one. So I just want to add one more thing really quick. If you click on the window, the main window, and you come to closing, what we're going to do, we're going to have this exit app. And what we're going to say is we're going to say if messagebox.show, in here we're going to say, are you sure you want to exit? We're going to say exit. It's going to be yes or no, and it's going to be question, and we're going to check to see if it equals no. If it does equal no, we're going to say e.cancel. Oh, excuse me, that's what's wrong. e.cancel equals true. Sorry. Sometimes I don't like the formatting of this, but there we go. So now we're going to say, if they say no, we're just going to cancel it. Otherwise, you know, we'll just close the app. So now we can run it. The attachments things open up. We've got our title here. When we click on the X, are you sure you want to exit? Yes, and it closes. But on the flip side, if you hit that and click no, it stays open and you can still navigate. That about does it for me for this tutorial. The last probably one or two we'll be working on logging into your email account. So yeah, join in. Thanks for watching. Bye.